Hello, today I will show you some basics on Python. So first of all, you have to install Python. So open Chrome and search Python and open python.org and click on downloads. You can install for Windows, macOS. For Windows you can use Python 3.8.6 version or lower version are here, and for 64-bit version it is x86 64-bit executable installer, and if your Windows is 32-bit version, then you can install x86 executable installer. And don't forget to add path in your Windows machine, by which you can use the command prompt to open Python, or you can run on command prompt like in Linux. So okay, let's right. Okay, first of all, open a file, Python file. My Python file is main.py. So what is Python? Python is general purpose object oriented interpreted high level programming language. So what does mean object oriented? Object oriented means it introduces classes, method, data polymorphism, inheritance, etc. And what does mean high level programming language? High levels means it is machine independent. So your code is same, you can run same code in different machine, but your interpreter will be machine dependent. So what does mean interpreted programming language? When you run Python program, each line of that program first will compile into machine code, and then it will run, and every time it is going. So that's why it is Python is little bit slow than other compiled programming language such as C++, C or Fortran. So but not but speed is enough, you can do many work, and day by day the Python developers are working on it. So let's start. So variables in Python, you can use any name to assign to define any variable, such as a equal to 1, b equal to 4, c equal to a plus b. I am adding a and b, so you can print 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 a plus a, print c. Now to run this, open terminal here and run, and type Python 3 main.py. You can run like this. So now loops in Python. So there are two loops in Python. One is for loop, another is while loop. To define a for loop, you can write for its keyword I is variable, in its keyword range, and for loop starting from 0 and end to 10, and gap is 1. You can write I, or you can change the gap equal to 2. Okay. In for loop you can use only integers. So while loop in Python, while to define while loop you have to use while keyword, and while I is variable less than 0, initially I equal to 0, and print I, and I equal to I plus 1, and you can use the fraction. Okay, so now conditional statement. To you can use conditional statement like I have three variables: A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3, and if A greater than B, then print first. And else print end. When A greater than B is true, then this block will execute, else this block will execute. Now end means this else is executed. You can use else if like elif, and even checking another condition, a less than C, then second else. Here int print end. When this is true, then this block will execute. When this is true, this block will execute, else this block will execute. You can add many else elif like elif and C less than B, print thirt third, you can use like this. So this is conditional statement, or you can use only if also. You can use only if. You can use if also. So A is small, as A is small, it is not printing anything. So I am changing the condition, and I think it will print. So see here. So that's why thus you can use conditional statement. Now function define. To define function, you can you have to use def keyword and function name. I am at my name function name is add, and function variable a comma b, and it is returning returning a plus b. Now I am setting a equal to 1, b equal to 2, and you can c equal to print c equal to add. I am calling this function and passing a comma b values, print C. Here you can see I am using A and B in this method or this function, and also I am using A and B in main scope. As the scope are different, so they are not interacting or interfering. So you can use like this, same name but they are different as their scope are different. Here I can also use C equal to 4, but you can do this because their scope are different. C is defined in this scope, but here C is defined in this scope. this main program scope, or as that scope is different, so you can, they are not interacting, so it is valid. Okay, so like function definition like this, or optional variable. You can use optional variables, say equal to 1, b equal to 0. If you can provide a and b, or you can skip. By default you have defined some value. Here you can see a equal to 1, b equal to 2, so you can use like this, or you can pass, you can assign a equal to 2 and b equal to 5. It is valid. You can use on one of them, so it is also valid. So this add function has many character. You can use 2 parameter, or you can use 1 parameter. So now okay, now list in Python. Here you have seen I have defined equal to 1. So a contain only one value, but if you use list, you can add many values. Like I can define list like this, a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my list, I can print my list, print a. Or I am print, if I want to print each value of a list, I can do also this print. To do this, you have to use for loop for I in range 0, len function is returning length of the list. So my length of the list is a, and length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so print a of I. So you can see here. Okay, now you can access the values of the list by some sort from in for loop for I in a. Here a is my list and I is taking each value of from the list a. So I can print I. So both this block of code and this block of code are same. So we can use what you want to, what is you can use both, like it is your choice to use. Now you can append data or value into list. To do this, a dot append. A is list and append is the method of this list, and you can add any value like 10. And then I am appending value 18. So my new list is, so now my new list is, this is my new list. Okay, Okay, now list is completed, and now dictionary. So in list you can access, okay, that's 1 second. In list you can print the value of the list by some index print, such that a of 1, say. So I am accessing the value of the list of first index, means 2. This is 0th index, this is 1 index, 2, 3, 4. So I am accessing first index of this list, means 2. So I am giving the numbers, but in if we use dictionary, so I can use as a name. So to define dictionary, you have to use a variable and then use curly bracket, and then name equal to Rahul, age equal to 10. So you can use like this, and class is 12, age is 16. So, and you can access value of the dictionary by the name a of print a of name and valid syntax. Okay, so I am defining names keys, so it will be string. So I can access that key, I access the value Rahul by this key name. So this is the key and this is the value, this is key and this is the value, 16 is value and class is key and 12 is value. So I can access that Rahul or values of that dictionary by using the key. So to run this, you can see that Rahul is here, and I can access the age. Here is the 16, or I can access class. So this is dictionary. So now now library import. To import libraries, you have to use import keyword. Import. I am importing math library, math. Math library is standard library of Python, so you don't have to install externally. I can use all properties of the math library, so I am using cause method of math library, math.cause. In Python, everything is object. So as math is object, so I am using a method of math object. Method of the one of the method is cause of the math object. So I am using cause method, so this is math.cause. This is the object, and dot is cause is the method. So I am using cause method from math object. So I am printing you can see documentation of the math library, and or you can import like this from math from math import cos comma sine. I'm importing cos and sine, so I can print cos 10, print sine 10 also. So here I am using cos and sine, as I have imported cos and sine separately, so I can use directly. So I don't need to use math.cos like this. So if I import like this, so I can use directly. Here is, now I can import all from the math library, like to applying by applying star. Star means importing all methods, all attribute of math by using star. So it is also valid. Now okay, let's start object oriented features of Python. So what is class? Class is a structure of datas and methods and bindings. Simply you can say a blueprint of an object. So I am giving an example of class. We are all humans. We can say we are in human class, and we are all are human object. That means we have some similar properties, but values are different. Like we all humans have same 2 hands, 2 legs, and we have skin, but we have different in skin color, and we all have faces, and but look are different. Our nature are different, etc. So that is a concept of class. So let's see some example. To define a class in Python, you have to write class keyword, class keyword, and my class name is human, human, then enter clone, and we have some attribute like color color equal to, by default color is here. So now to define a class, you have to write class keyword class and class name human, human, and our human properties are hair color, hair, color equal to, by default is black, BLSCK, and we can define like here color is a property, hand, hand equal to 2, leg equal to 2, So we are human, we have some different properties. So now, to make an object and human class, you can assign into a variable a equal to a is the object of human class, like human1. Human1 is the object of human class, human, and bracket, and we can access the properties of human1 object, like print human1 dot hair color black, or you can access print human1 dot eyes print human1. I am accessing the value of the human object, so hence I am giving dot sign here. So that means human object and dot hair colors mean I am accessing this attribute of human1 object. And leg, so I can access like this, or I can create different another object, human2 equal to human. The human1 and human2 are different object of same human class, so I can access also human2 object attribute of human2 object. So print, to do this, print human2 dot hair color hair color, like this. But similarly I can access objects attribute of human2 class. Now we want to let's define some method in human class. To define method in human class, you can define like this: def my function, my method. Sorry, let make a function f, or speak, and we have to pass self. Self means its own object. Human class has own object is self. You can define also is your name or your choice, but in convention we all are using self keyword. So self means its own object by which I can access the variables in human class. As I have already said, the variable names are scope dependent. So different scope has different. If we use different same names in different scope, they are not interacting, or they are different. So if we use self means its own object, then we can connect the we can call or connect the variables in different scope. So I can print speak hello. So I can print print, I can access the speak method in from human to class, human to object, human2 dot is speak. I am calling his speak method from human2 class, human2 object. So hello. Now let introduce some constructor in class. Constructor means when you create the object, then a method will automatically call. To do this, you have to define init method, like define double underscore, write double underscore init and double underscore and pass self. So when you create some object, this init method automatically will be called. Print I am created, created. So here, sorry, print spelling, print. Here print is called 2 times, as I have defined 2 objects, human1 and human2. So if we comment all these, you can comment any line by applying has keyword. Okay, so here I am created means both 2 objects are created. So that's why first when human and objects is created, it is called, and then human2 is created, it is called. So this is known as a constructor. So you can pass any variable, or like name, age, or age. Okay, so I can name self dot name equal to name. I am defining a variable name of this human class, like self dot name equal to name, and I am defining age, self dot age equal to age. Okay, and I can write this name is self dot name plus. Plus mean this string and this string will be add. Okay, and age, and we can define any very many method. Speak age, speak age self. And print self dot age. Here viewers, see here, when your object will create, this age will be initiate, and I can access that age in speak age method. So but the scope are different, but we can access as we have the self object, or it is your own object. So thus they are connected, and I can speak this age, and now print is my name is created. So now I have to pass the name and age, like Rahul, and age is 20, and next I am passing my name, and I am passing 20, I think 24. Now you can see, okay, indentation error is here, some indentation error is here. Print. Here Rahul is created and Sahil is created. So so you can like, or I can call I can call speak age method from human class age human2, and I can call age human1 speak age. So here, so thus you can define class, and you can obtain object from that class. Okay, now inheritance. Okay, so what is inheritance? Inheritance means, let you have a child of your parent, and then you have all attribute, you have got all attribute from your parents. So this concept has been implemented in programming language, is known as inheritance. So we have two class, one is parent class and one is child class. Let's see some example. Class parent class name parent okay, I'm defining speak method, def speak method, which will speak something. Print I am parent. So in parent class we have defined a method which will speak I am parent. Now we can define any variables like a equal to age equal to 20, sorry 45. Okay, now let's make a child class. CLASS and child is name of my class and parent is name of my class. So now I am inheriting from parent class, parent. Now we defined child age equal to 10, and we have defined, you can define any speak to speak child child and self, I am passing self its own object, and print I am child So here we have two class, one is parent class, one is child class. So I am inheriting parent class into child class. So child class has all properties of parent class. So I am creating an object. So child 1 equal to child, and we don't have any constructor, so you can define any constructor here, or you can define constructor here, which is init method, but we don't want is here, so just skip this. So now we can access the access speak method from parent class, as parent child class has all attribute of parent class, so we can access the attribute of parent class. So I can child1 dot speak speak. So you can see I am parent, as I am calling that attribute or method of parent class from child has all properties of parent class, so I can access that speak method, or I can access the all attribute of the parent class, like print child1 age. So I can access that is 45 is defined is here, as I have already told you. So I can access the speak child also. child1 dot is speak child, and I can access speak child also. Now method overriding. So method overriding means here we have already defined the speak. We can also override speak from child class. So see here, two method had different same name, so I am overriding that speak method from parent class into child class. So I can, when I call the speak method, it will be I am child. So because we override it in child class. So here I am child, so that means this is called method overriding. Solve Python basics, and if you want to learn more, you can search in Google, or you can read any books of Python 3. So that's all. Okay, thanks for watching, and like, share and subscribe my channel, and see you in next video. So bye.